more stars in Hollywood who are now leaning towards voting Trump than would actually admit it.
Well, certainly. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I think there are a lot of people in the same way that you see a lot of newspapers right now essentially kind of sitting out. Newspapers that traditionally would say, we are endorsing this candidate. And by the way, I mean, almost without fail, all of these newspapers have endorsed the Democratic candidate. The fact that they are sitting out is very indicative of a lot of liberals, a lot of Democrats are not impressed with Kamala. And listen, I'm not going to vilify Kamala. I think that to sit down and have a beer with her, she's got an infectious laugh, and I'm sure that she has a lot of niceties about her. I'm not going to attack her on a personal level, but she has not presented any solutions for what she is saying. Tim was talking about this. If she could just even bring together, like, hey, we want to help alleviate the economic woes of every American. And this is how we plan on doing that. We want to attack the border. This is how we're planning on doing that. You know, she's now saying, well, we want to go and do the things that essentially Donald Trump was already doing and that they were vilifying him for. I mean, that to me is very telling of a candidate that you have a hard time wanting to cast a vote for. And I do think there's a lot of people in Hollywood that would love to vote for a Democratic candidate because they really don't like Trump. And I get it. I totally understand. There are a lot of people that are voting for Trump that don't think he's the greatest guy in the world. But this is not, we're not looking for a spouse. We're not hiring somebody that we're working with day to day. We're looking for someone who has the chutzpah to be able to go and stand against the Putins and the Xi Jinpings and everyone else on an international level, and also have the balls to, go and make some decisions. And I think that in his 4 years that we saw, that, by the way, a lot of people said it's going to be the end of the world. They were saying he was Hitler then, and it's all going to fall apart, and it didn't. It actually wasn't such a bad 4 years. And the last 4 years with Kamala and with Biden, I would argue, have not been nearly as good. And I think a lot of people see that. And so they might be, holding their nose while they vote for Trump. But I do believe that there will be a lot of people that will vote for Donald Trump because they see that, again, they're not just voting for Donald. They're voting for that entire unity party. And that is important.